Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Pathologic 2, where we have some business to conduct here in the plagued part of town. I'm a little worried about our exhaustion level. We're not too far from Lara's place, and maybe we could get some coffee beans or some lemon or something, but this is definitely something we got to keep an eye on, because it does start to do damage to us relatively quickly once the bar fills up. For now though, let's focus on what is to be done here in the Bridge Square, in this place with all the really creepy paintings. We know that we have some immunization to do.
I believe Simon was reborn as that strange girl. What madmen. Only yesterday they despised her.
Do you know what our cathedral is for? You know what? No one knows what the Kane's creations are for. The polyhedron, the cathedral, those dilapidated stairs. Do you even know yourself? It produces time. Meaning? Literally. Okay. All over the world or just in our town? Great question. You're an astute man, Dr. Barak. Just like your father. Time is more complicated than we think. We perceive it as homogeneous, uniform, continuous. The key word being perceive. And our perception's wrong, is what you're saying. Well, there was a time when people believed the sun rotated around an immobile Earth. It was obvious, wasn't it? Only our eyes deceived us. The same is true for time. It has many uncharted pores. Time does seem to move strangely in our town. Have you noticed how many clocks there are in the town? Yeah, all of them similar, too. A mass-produced shipment from the outside world? All these... No, in fact. All of these clocks are small cathedrals. They don't measure time, they weave it. Time coils into loops beside them. Have you noticed? Like a hive. A queen makes larvae. Worker bees cradle, transport, and manage them. Cathedral produces time, and the clocks distribute it. Well, if that was true, one could bargain with time. But I'm always running short on time, always late. These clocks are the best I've ever done for our town. So you made them. You have good reason to be proud then. Is this true? Are we happy about the thing that he's saying here? You know, buddy, you could have just opened a school. Alright, let's try to help him out a little bit. We have these extremely powerful tinctures. Yeah, that's pretty good. Those are pretty good odds right there. Right, we can't go directly across, but we do need to go to the other side of the building. Okay, no plague clouds waiting to ambush us. Really don't want to go out onto the street if I don't have to, because there's some wild stuff going on over there. Hold on. I thought we could go into... Georgie Kane is in here, and we can't get in this door, and also I'm being told that the town is calling to me here. We gotta find a way in. Here we go. It's been such a long time since we were over to this part of town, I do not remember how these buildings are set up at all. It's weird that there are so many buildings like this, though, where they're, like, divided... They're lived in by a single family, but they're divided into two pieces for some reason, and the doors between the two pieces don't work.
Glory stole a fortune that wasn't hers.
So you've come. Yes, I have. No, you know what? Hold on. Let's go directly to interrogating. Let's put him on the defensive. Father and Simon, what did they have in common? What is a town? This is not an answer to my question. I want to know more about Father, Judge, about his friendship. What is a town? Fine. An organism. A town is a process. It's movement. More often than not, it's slow and aimless. Town creeping across the land like an oil stain. We wanted to make a town that would grow upwards, quickly, purposeful. Okay, and what would be its purpose? In this town, people can make the impossible, if they're capable, of course. For it is a machine, a border-breaking machine. And what work does this machine do, I wonder? It pushes people to do the impossible, to save themselves from drowning by pulling themselves up by their own hair, to force butterflies from their sad shells, to step over, break, overcome boundaries of thinking and sensing first and foremost, the limits of their conception of the world. Okay, that doesn't make a lot of sense if I'm being honest. You see the polyhedron, the tower on the other side of the river. No, my friend, that's the issue. It's not yet on the other side, and that is quite symbolic. What? Just like a person, the town is a process. It grew from ancient times imprinted upon the Neolithic abattoir, from the ancient steppe upwards towards the Gorkon. Now it finds itself pressed against the river, a border. The town has faced its limit, unable to move forward, unless we do the impossible. Okay, well, maybe we're fine as we are now. Maybe we don't need to keep moving forward. Well, the time has come for us to cross to the other side. Even the polyhedron, defying the law of gravity, one of the most binding architectural laws, is still not there. It stands on an island between the two banks. It is a bridge. We've raised our foot over the abyss, but have yet to step forward. Frozen in the middle we are. Still, this is a lot. Yes, it certainly is. How does it remain there? Without magic, believe me. Limits can be challenged without miracles. All you need is will and imagination. The rest is technicalities that you're unlikely to understand. Or are you an engineer? Have you studied structural loads? No, that's not really my bag, man. This tower proves that any limit can be challenged. We currently believe death is inevitable, just as we once believed human flight to be impossible. But people achieved it and crossed unimaginable distances. This tower triumphs over the law of Earth. Okay, so this is what Father and Simon used to talk about? I'm going to try to loop him back around to the thing that's most relevant to us. They used to discuss the town, its change and direction. They argued. I don't know what your father believed in. Simon, well, he won't tell us anything, not anymore. But I've explained his ideas to you. Yeah, thanks, Judge. That, I guess, is enough? That's all we're likely to get, anyway. Well, I was kind of hoping coming here was going to help me a little bit with understanding Father and what he was into, and, that is important to us, obviously, for the sake of figuring out why he was killed. Well, we should probably go show the bull blood to Dankovsky while we're here. And then we can run out toward Lara's place. Man, we're pretty far away. There's a clothing store there, a grocery there, clothing store there. At a grocery, we might be able to pick up some coffee or lemon. Wait and hold off our exhaustion for a little while. Doing this thing with Dankovsky is going to it's going to take us in the wrong direction. Alright, I guess the plan is we run down to here, then we run up past this grocery and toward the shelter. I'm not wild about it, and it could end very poorly for us, but I think that's the play. Doing my best to be as efficient with our movement as possible. Okay, a lot of people having a real rough time out here. Actually, they're just kind of... Okay, now they're having a rough time. They were just sort of standing there while on fire. We also haven't been in the cathedral in a little while. I think we came in here once, right? Actually, have we come in here at all post the actual beginning of the game? Not sure that we have. Reduces time, does it? Well, I guess that makes sense. I don't think we've been in here. This is, very inconvenient to climb. Is there anything in here at all? Oh. We can save our game at the big clock. That's interesting. Oh, and we can also go further up. Am I wasting time? I don't know, maybe. Possible. Hard to know, really. Can't go outside. Hold on now. Oh, I just got an achievement. Okay. Absolutely nothing. A total waste of our time. Very strange thing. Very strange thing. I know we want to go all the way down. It's so hard to know. When people talk the way Georgie Kane does, it's so hard to know like what's literal and what's not. We don't have any water. Yeah, shoot. And we have this egg. I'm gonna eat this egg. I thought eggs restored a little bit. It just made us thirstier. Well, gotta hope to find a source of water soon. Unfortunately, it seems like we're planning to stay in a plagued area for a while. Not really how that usually works. Do we want to try to loot houses? Probably not. It's probably not worth it. Let's run past here. Oh, man, my thirst is a real problem. I would love to give that guy medicine if I thought it was going to have any positive effect at all. Okay, our immunity's not too bad. We probably will not end up having to spend too many tinctures on ourselves. I bet we'll have to drink one. But we might be able to get away with just one, which is nice, because then we can use the others for other things. More productive things. I'm in the right building, right? Okay, yes. That's a person there. Hi.
So quiet now.
Eva Yan. I don't think we've met before. You're a step man, aren't you? Your kin? Tell me how to walk the step right. You have no business in the steppe, Townflower. What are you, a daisy? A forget-me-not? This is weird. This is a weird thing to... a weird way to introduce yourself to a young woman. Yeah, clearly I have nothing better to do than teach you step walking, right? You want me to tell you a dream I had? Yeah, sure, why not? I dreamt of Earth, a cemetery. Not ours, a different one, in a big city. I walked through it barefoot. Then I saw them there in the snowmelt. The bones. I realized they were his beloved bones. Or maybe my own, even. Why? What was the purpose of my life? It's weird that he insists on calling her flower names. He is real over-familiar with this young woman that he just met seconds ago. Listen, don't put faith in dreams, Daisy. You see all sorts of weird things in your sleep. This plague came after me. Really? I'm good for nothing, worthless. I don't know my own purpose. Do you? This is not a conversation. This is just a bunch of, a bunch of random lines. You really are strange. You know, I tried to tell him, but he only laughs it off. I don't want to die. I know I must, but I don't want to. Yeah, same. Dankovsky does that? Well, it's his area of expertise. If he laughs, it must be because you will live forever. Yeah, this is a person that we didn't know before. And she's in some danger. Well, good news. I brought a bunch of tincture. So I wonder if this character could actually have died before we met her. You know, if there's one thing about this game that I really appreciate, and honestly, there's more than one, but the thing I appreciate most here is the dedication to the idea of consequence. I don't think... we've never been in this building before, right?
I'm no positivist. There are things in this world beyond our mundane perception.
I believe you. No vaccine yet, another fruitless attempt, but there must be a solution to this problem. There must. Yeah, I guess. Anyway, how's it going? Any progress? Yeah, sort of. Bulls can't get infected. Is that useful? Are you sure? I had the same line of thinking. At least that's the first thing I checked. And? The whole bull thing. I had one delivered to me. I injected it with a strain, intending to collect a blood sample the next day. But the beast disappeared in the night. Any idea who could be behind it? Let's just change the subject. Here, take a look at this sample of bull blood. Are you a mind reader? Sometimes, a bit. Okay, leave it with me. I'll study it. It'll only take a few hours. While I'm busy, you may hit the cot over there by the folding screen. You need it. I've seen corpses prettier than you. I actually really do need it. The cot by the door. Well, that's a bed. That's not a cot. There's no other thing in this room, is my concern.
If you look closely enough, any
Maybe when he says the cot by the door, he means the cot by, like, the front door. The outside. If he's gonna let me nap here, that would be awesome. I would really like to take a nap. Okay, weird child staring at the wall. Huh. This just goes back outside. Did I miss it? Was I looking right at it up there and I just missed it? I would love to take a nap. Can't operate almost any of the doors in this place. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing in here that looks like a thing one could sleep on except the bed, which I... Oh, wait. Okay, I have to look. I have to be looking at this tiny little bit of the bed right here. Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Should we?
Ridiculous.
We should. I'm gonna hit the morphine.
Stop playing detective and start tending to the sick.
All right, buddy. He's shouting at me while I'm trying to go to sleep. Uh-oh, we're having a weird dream. Are we? Dankovsky must be done. Okay, it woke me up as soon as he was done with the bull blood. Well, that did not give me as much sleep as I would like.
Some patients of the bubonic plague were cured by simply lying motionlessly on the ground.
You don't seem to know what the word cured means. Well, seems like you are right, but it's of no use to either of us. Why not? Let's just turn all the townspeople into bulls. And why is that? Well, indeed, they produce antibodies, a lot of them, but they're useless to us. How well are you versed in raw sample hyperimmunization for xenogeneic serums? Do you know how immunoglobulins are extracted from a native serum? No. Sandpest evolves and mutates in human blood. Fast. It doesn't do that in bulls. It's as though bulls are of no interest to it. But their antibodies could theoretically be useful. But, unless the disease is weakened, we can't inject a person with those antibodies. It's too risky. Children, for example, definitely wouldn't survive the procedure. We're too different from bulls. Meaning what we need is... Okay, but we know how to weaken the disease, right? Didn't it explicitly said on the thing that we made out of that infected liver that it weakened the disease but didn't kill it? I'm pretty sure. What we need is a way to do the thing I've already figured out how to do, right? Common bulls are useless to us. Yeah, see, this says it weakens the disease. Maybe they're not being careful enough, and we know that there are translation problems already, so maybe I'm looking too much into this. But maybe if we made some kind of bull serum and then gave them the liver thing, I don't know. Yep, the fund has nothing for me today. Well, that I knew. Can I please just keep sleeping? Okay, hey, that was a pretty good nap. In which the answers reveal themselves if the Haruspex is brave enough not to seek them. Huh. Alright, well let's go ahead and eat this entire steak here. The fund has nothing for me today. We're just gonna have to get by on our own, but we're starting from a place of relative strength. And we have money. Actually, hold on. Does he have anything else to say to us before we go? He does not. Alright. Just save the game and get moving. Let's see if Ava has anything else to say to us either. Nope. And we've protected her as best we can. Alright, so, the plan. We no longer need to make the run to Lara's. So maybe go see what the kids are up to in the spleen? There is a new, there's a new thing. It's a new day of work available in the hospital, right? Yeah, the fund has nothing for me today, but there's still work to be done. Yeah, alright. Let's swing by what's going on with the kids and then head to the theater. Which means that we want to turn right. Oh. Okay. I couldn't tell if that person was trying to fight me or running to me to talk to me. Isidore Barak's murder is caught at last. The real one this time, it seems. Okay, where? Saburov is home today. It's at the Rod. It is said that he is desperate. His authority seems to be falling apart. Yeah. Not a good time. Okay, well then we're going to the rod in a real hurry. So I guess that doesn't really change things. We can go swing by where the kids are hanging out. Maybe they'll have more schmouter or something. And we could try to loot, but I really don't think it's a good idea. So we just want to go up here. We can go around the backside of this house to avoid that plagued guy. Oof, I am so thirsty. Ah. Plague cloud. Never had a chance. Hey, everybody. Just kind of curious if anybody has anything of value on them. That guy looks pretty hostile down there on the stairs. These are all the same dude. He's not hostile, he's just dirty. Okay, we're outside of Plague Town now. We still might run into looters, we still have to be careful. That guy doesn't have an orange face. The only thing he wants is my fancy lockpick. Well, he can't have it. Alright, we can be hopeful at this point that we run into a source of water. So, there's a clothing store there. I don't really have the time for... I don't know. Maybe we have the time for messing around in buildings. We'll just try to keep to our rule. We don't fight looters. We don't fight looters who have knives. Actually, we probably just shouldn't fight anybody because we have so little stamina. But I think it would be unwise of us not to do any looting at all. And you know what? I'll go ahead and open one of these. New gloves. Actually, really great. I will say, like, I've expressed some frustrations about the inventory system, and I'm not saying that I feel like I was wrong about those, but it does do a good job of making you feel really tense when you're looting. Okay. On, good stuff. Show me... Oh, I hear voices. Oh, phooey. Yeah, he body blocked me real good there. Not a lot I could do about that. So they just move, like they hunt you through the building, which is very awkward. I'm assuming this is going to be broken. And I doubt I have... Oh, I do have the stuff. Okay, hold on. This is not a place we have to go to a lot. It's not that far from the theater, though. I'm wondering, it might be worth it to just fix it. I'm going to just fix it. We have so many bottles of water. We are so thirsty. And this is not so far out of our way. We come to the theater literally every day. Just have to remember that this is here. It would have been better to fix one that's closer to the theater, but I don't know where they all... I don't know where they all are, of course. Okay, a lot of angry people. We can outrun them, kind of. What we really need to do is get inside. Shoot. Okay, let's try to lure them around one side of this thing so that we can run around the other side. Oh, never mind. Not a real thing. We need to get inside of a building. Not follow us inside a building. Hopefully they won't still be here when we get outside, but mostly what I need to do is I need to find a place where I can replenish my stamina. Nope, that's not actually making it refill any faster. So then when we go back outside, even if they are all still out there... That wasn't me who opened that, by the way. Even if they all are still out there, we can just run a little bit. Okay, that's cool. Caught from the side. Oh, that guy also managed to hit me. Okay. Get inside. This is miserable. These guys are kicking my ass. Okay, I didn't see how my overall health level is, but I took a blow from a knife at the very least. Low. It's bad. It's low and bad. Hey kids, what's up? Oh, that's right. They wanted me to fix this thing. Well, I've done it. Oh, neat. Whoa, whoa! What is it? How is it? Whoa! This is our history. Its beginning and its current state. That's what this is. It's definitely our history. Okay, a little bit more reputation gained here. We can chill out for a moment, just take a breather, get our stamina back. This is a place where I'm actually not going to get murdered. Okay, I cannot sit in the chair to recover exhaustion or anything. Well, a little bit of time passed, I think, because it did that fade-out thing. I think what we want to do is maybe head down around here. Like, we need to get to the hospital and then to the Sabarovs, but I think we're going to have to go around the cloud of dudes who's following us. Okay, a lot of them backed off, actually. Quick look around here. I can't remember. No, there's not any trash receptacles or anything. And yeah, the dudes dispersed. Thank God. I think we were real close to dying there. Let's step out here. There should not be any hostiles in this area. And then we are going to have to go up through a place that's in lootable mode, so let's be a little cautious to regain a little bit of stamina. I'll tell you what, I'm really glad I fixed that water thing, because I think we'd be in dire shape if we hadn't been able to get a drink there. So this is not the grocery store, right? I think this is a different building. We're not quite over to the grocery store yet. We don't have any food on us. But what we do have... Oh no, this is the grocery building. I don't know why I was thinking that the... Okay, whatever. That's fine. We do have quite a bit of money, and we have some tradables, so we should be able to buy some more food. It's probably worth buying walnuts. Do we... Okay, and it won't even take up any new inventory space. So let's say I want all this stuff. I have to sell you some things if I want to be able to afford these. It's pretty easy to find chisels. Seems like they're not too important. Chalk doesn't really sell that well. Fishing hooks. Sell you all of my fishing hooks. Darn it. There we go. So she did have a little bit more food. She has some fish and some more smoked meat. I think we're okay. We could sell some of our protective clothing. You know, these boots are about to break. We may as well, right? But let's hold on to the rest of the stuff. Yeah, I think we're good for now. We're not desperate on hunger. Yeah, I can hold off. Not too happy about these dudes being right here. Maybe the smart thing to do would be to head out, well, I was going to say to head out into the gut where people like us and also things are not so miserable, but there's not a lot of good ways from the gut into the place we need to go. We'd have to run all the way up through the backbone. Let's try to not make myself too obvious. Okay. Seems like they didn't notice me. Trying to be a little bit cautious with our stamina, that's all. Okay, nice. So is there any... Oh, I have my inventory arranged in such a way that I could pick up an empty bottle. Wow. Stabbed from behind by a guy who made no noises at all. There was nobody behind us either. Well, that's fun.
The play is afoot.
Next thing I'm taking from you is hope. Simple as that. Yeah? How would you possibly reduce the amount of hope that I have? You'll see. An old trick. Don't think of a polar bear, wounding me with a word like a splinter so my mind would see confirmations everywhere. I need to work you loose. That's the whole point of the method. Simon's victory over death had nothing to do with him living past 211. Sorry, he overcame death? He overcame death by accepting it? And then dying? It doesn't seem like he had a victory over death to me. He didn't die, though. He dissolved into many living people. Okay. Right, it's all metaphor and nonsense. Come now, don't take it so literally. Then again, so long as you equate a person with a body, cannibalism would remain your only way to overcome death. Absurd. False. Are you sure you're a director? Because you kind of sound like a priest, man. Alright, so he's taken hope from us, which probably doesn't mean anything at all. I bet if we measured like one of our bars, his decreased slightly in length. Alright, this is going to put us back in the clock tower, I think? Back in the clock tower with an awful lot of health. So all we have to do is not get caught by quite so many angry people. We are unfortunately going to have to... I don't know, we saved at the bachelor's place. That's right, I think I saved after we slept even. So we haven't really lost very much progress at all in that case. Yeah, okay. Easy enough. We haven't fixed the water yet. This way. Okay. I do still want to do this. Yeah, I guess we'll just do the same thing. It seems like the looters and stuff might be randomly generated. So it may be the case that we could follow the exact same path and just not run into as much trouble. Assuming this is not usable, yeah. That guy's trying his best to catch on fire. Got hit by a plague cloud, which is always annoying, and I've already forgotten where we were going. North. Yeah, I will say I'm not wild about the plague cloud mechanic. We're pretty well protected from them. They don't really do very much to us, but they're still annoying. Especially since the majority of the time they're not actually avoidable like that. It just comes out of nowhere and runs at you a dozen times faster than you move and tracks you, and we already know all these dudes are useless. Okay. Or they spawn right on top of you, right? Like, you do not get a ton of actual interaction with them. Let's just keep our eyes out for people. We just want to stay away from everyone. We don't even have to go to the road to get to the place where the kids are. There's no back door to this building. I probably should have gone in that building. So we can do a little bit of looting in the buildings on our way there. Just have to be real careful, because we do not have any water. It is nice to be able to fix things. I think I've gotten a lot better at scavenging and making sure we actually have stuff. So we have a needle. Ooh, morphine. Right, because we didn't spend that needle yet. I don't want to get too far away from that door we came in through, because that's definitely the way we want to go out as well. That's not very useful. Place seems like it might just be empty, though. Wouldn't that be lovely? Okay, immunity booster. Well, I do believe the place has been worth our time, at least.
Come over here.
No, that's okay, I'm good. Alright, let us just continue. Try not to get myself too tired. Okay, this was a lot less dangerous. Things have gone So much better for us this time. There's a corpse on the ground that was blocking me from moving forward. Okay, so this time, if we're going to repair a water source, we could try to do one that's actually closer to the theater. Alright, I still think we should fix this. I don't know what this could possibly yield, but I believe I told them I would fix it, so... Okay, talk to the kid, and I guess we better keep moving. Oh, that guy's just standing there with his hands up. That's weird. I wonder if he got beat in combat. Sort of want to... I'm going to go over and loot him. Yep, somebody beat him up. Well, sadly we cannot take his package. And I could try to, I could drop some things and then open the package and then probably pick the things back up, but I really don't want to be in there any longer than I absolutely have to be. So this is still the plan, right? Not exactly overjoyed about it. Just trying to be, like, real cautious about people is all. They sneak up on you. I thought the whole point of them going, hey, there you are, was so that you would always know if one was aggroed on you. Maybe I just missed it when we got stabbed in the back, but it seemed like we got stealth attacked. Which is crummy. It's crummy that that's a thing that can happen. Video game characters just don't have the situational awareness that actual human people have. Definitely trade off these. I'll sell you this thing. I don't want that. Chisels. Okay, I'm sure stuff's going to end up on the ground here. Need to make a too wide space. Let's pull you down. Okay. Alright, let's try to get out to the theater without getting murdered. I'm gonna go back out the back door, actually. Otherwise, that guy right there is definitely going to come at us. And beating up looters is not super valuable. Doesn't seem to really be worth the difficulty. Great. Oh, that's a normal guy. There's very little danger in assisting in combat like this. That guy is very close to giving up. Hit the wrong dude. Oh, interesting. They've all decided that they no longer care about anybody but me. I'm trying to get... Okay, there we go. I was trying to get my hands down, because you run a little bit faster without your hands up, but they wouldn't go. Apparently when you're below a certain threshold of stamina, you actually can't put your hands away. Alright, as long as I keep running as much as I can run, it seems like we can get away from them, and they give up eventually, we know that. And I was pretty surprised by how quickly they gave up on the guy that they were actually interested in fighting, so that they could turn around and attack me, on account of I'm the player character. Oh, wait. There's some growling. Okay, I think we did cause the roots to surface, but that guy has a knife. We're just going to move back around to the front of the theater here. Probably still chasing me. Oh, right, this isn't the... Shoot. This is not the front of the theater. I'm so tired. I got him to backstep. I'm hoping that's good enough. I gotta get inside. Gotta get inside. Okay. Yeah, man, looters suck. Looters are not a fun mechanic. I know that's what they're going for. They're succeeding. My point is they're succeeding. Hey there. Don't suppose you have any, like, bandages? You totally do. Expensive. How bad is my health, really? It's pretty bad. I guess all I really need here is to, just let my thirst meter refill completely. I think that's him over there. So we'll just go this way. Also, pretty sure that I just heard a noise that wasn't me, but maybe not. Let's feed the roots. Quick. Came up, but I'm not allowed to interact with them. Maybe because I didn't do it right away. That's a shame. I do have a bottle of normal blood, yeah. Ah, oh well. We have to go around the other side of the theater. You can only enter the theater from the north. Better make sure that that guy has had ample room to go the hell away. Really? Oh, they only stacked to 10. I was going to say, I thought I had a stack, but I've exceeded our stack, in fact. That guy's exactly where we need to be. You know what? We'll just go around the other way. Because we don't have a choice. Again, pretty bummed out that I can't feed the roots here. I would love it if we could get herbs growing near the theater. That'd be very convenient. I guess you have to interact with it right when you stop and cause them to come up. Okay, this is good. This is a good number of bottles. I'm very pleased with this. Although, actually, we're probably about to have to pick up some stuff inside the hospital, so maybe I'm not going to be pleased with how many bottles are in my inventory in a second here. Alright. Hey there.
Even if we all perish, the town must survive. It's unique.
Can I do anything? Why did you come? I just want to be of help. Like counting corpses? Fine work for a mathematician in times like these. If that's irony I hear, it's misplaced. This is precisely the work I was tasked with at the town hall. Statistics. Orderlies do the rounds and count the sick and dead, and then I work with the data. And that's not enough for you. I could look after the sick. I'm not afraid of dirty work. But actually, I have quite a few skills aside from mathematics. Okay, such as? I can sew, tie knots, tell stories, do card tricks, play cello, and repair equipment, although I doubt any of that would be useful here. Unfortunately, I can't walk around too much on account of my leg. Listen, it's an impressive list, I don't know what you're going to be able to do here. I can barely do anything here. There he is. There's our dour friend.
Cub anymore, Burach. Time to grow up.
Alright, what's today's job? Perfect for the likes of you and I. Autopsies. A lot of them. Yeah, how many is a lot? Need organs to study them. Infected, healthy, all kinds. Not blood, though. Orderlies can collect it without our help. I'll do most of the work, but that's no reason for you to slack off. Okay, what exactly will be studied? The disease mutates. The clinical picture changes. They all have different symptoms. We're no longer sure which organs become damaged first, so we'll have to figure it out. Okay, but how? We don't have a clinical picture. We know nothing. Hey, you leave that to Dankovsky. Our job is to extract the organs and put them in the icebox. Let Dankovsky be the one to rummage through them. Now you seem less like an adoring fan. That's nice to see. He works hard, but I've yet to see results. If he's making the same progress I am, there's still hope. I'm not going to give him the chance to burn me here. Extract 6 organs, put them in the icebox. Got it. This is the kind of task for which we may need some immunity. Let's make sure they don't have anything on them. So we have to successfully extract the 6 organs. Oh, our Menku's finger is a better extraction tool. We should probably eat, though. I'm gonna eat something here to clear up a little bit of room. Okay. Now, autopsy. I do have to drain the blood. And then let's try for a brain. Uh-oh. Dropped that brain on the ground. Okay, it's a little bigger than I thought it would be. I'm gonna eat this. And then we'll put this over here. And put an infected brain in my inventory. Any stuff for us today? A rusty scalpel, a broken ampule. Well, we could take that. I'll get the rusty scalpel when we're done working. This is the ice box, I assume. I put in here. 1. I guess maybe I should try to take easy organs to get from the first 6 patients, and then we could try to keep the next 6 patients, I guess, and then we could try to keep the brain for ourselves. Find enough corpses to actually do this on, though. We were told that we don't actually have to drain the blood. I'm not sure if I want to have a lot of infected blood. I'm going to get a little bit more. That way we can have a lot to work with in case we do need it, and we can also clear our inventory a little bit by adding one of the stacks of bottles to, Ooh, there's not going to be room for 6 organs in here, man. Who else is dead? Yes, we'll drain a little blood. Okay. Now we can do this, which is nice. And then let's get like a liver or a stomach or something. I'm trying to get organs that are less large now. Oof. Yep, interacting with dead from the plague. I mean, that's no big surprise that that's going to cause some hits to the immunity. There aren't enough patients in here to generate the number of organs I need. You know what? I'm just assuming that I can only get 1 organ per patient for some reason. That's not a safe assumption. Let's carve out a liver. Yeah. And then we'll try to grab livers from the other 2, because the space in the icebox is pretty limited. That's not what I wanted. You know what? Actually, can I use my scalpel for this? Yeah, because my scalpel also has a low chance to damage these, the liver organs. I'm just thinking that we want to save the Menku's finger for when we do, like, brain-type autopsies. This will give me the liver. I busted it. Huh. That person had a button instead of a stomach. We haven't worked on you at all. Let's try getting your liver and stomach. Oof. Do I need to... Okay, I don't quite need to dose up. I believe we were told as long as there's any immunity in the bar at all when you take a hit, you can't get infected. Sorry, so let's put these in here. And this. Now we could take that brain. I kind of want to take the brain and the heart. We're not going to have enough room in our inventory. Okay. Well, I've done my doctoring work. Tomorrow the fund will reward me. Let's take the brain. It's not that hard to get the hearts. Oh, I can't interact with the icebox anymore. Well, that's frustrating. Alright, well, let's try to get another brain. Using the Menku's finger to extract a patient's brain. Okay. Good. Can't talk to him anymore. Oh, we were going to grab that scalpel. Probably I will have no use for it but to sell it, but I bet it sells pretty well. Ah, that's right. I can carry a scalpel like a weapon. That's like extra inventory space. I'd totally forgotten about that. Okay, I sure wish that there was a clock in here. I'd really love to be able to save inside of the theater. Alright, we're still pretty desperate for water. Let's just, I guess, Yeah, I guess let's look for a source of water that's near the theater. I definitely hear footsteps. I'm not crazy, right? There are footsteps happening. Okay, not really any sources of water to fix around here, unfortunately. Let's just get back into a non-looty part of town, a place where people like me a little bit. See if we can uncover a source of water around here anywhere. Don't actually have room for another bottle. Oh, please tell me there's water in that barrel. Okay, beautiful. So let us, for the moment, discard this button. This here. And then so we need 2 vertical spaces in our inventory here so that we can take the water. Oh, well that's inconvenient. Oh well, what are you going to do? So we may as well run up to Town Hall. See if anything's going on there. Minkowski is often there, right? And then we can head over to the to do the thing. Not in great shape today. Why M? Something's wrong with this shop. Oh, I think you can only enter it from the north. You know what? Before we do anything involving that shop, I'm going into the town hall. Because inside the town hall I can save. Hi. Did you find Isidor's killer yet? Not yet. You realize the same people who killed him also caused the plague. He stood in their way once and stopped them. This time they succeeded. You have some proof of that allegation? Oh, use your head. Isidore was killed, our only doctor. First murder in town for years. And what happens the very next day? An outbreak. You know, if a fire starts from 4 corners at once, smart folks call it arson. Okay, but who would do such a thing, even if they could? Someone wants to eradicate the local population, maybe even wipe the whole town off the map. They don't care if it takes them to their own grave. They can't live like this, so life is meaningless. Now, who has reason to hate the existing order of society? Use your head. You're talking about the kin. This is a steppe disease brought by the steppe people. That's where we should be looking. This plague, it didn't come out of nowhere. It was engineered, directed by someone. Ask anyone. It's not natural. This is nonsense. You're just making shit up. I'm definitely worried about the feeling in the town. Let's hope that that doesn't become too common. Hidden meaning. One you can't study with a microscope. I need to keep investigating. Yeah, I know. Okay, number 1 most important thing. We've made so much progress. Let's not lose it. It's been a rough day for just, like, getting my ass kicked by random dudes. Okay, he's not here. He doesn't have anything to say. Is there anything in the... Nope. Okay, not a huge surprise. Alright, let's go see... Hey there.
Plague bringer is here.
I had a
Walking
fight with
around.
Sticky, all because of your father again. I'm so worried now. What if we never make up? What did you fight about? Sticky says your father is good, that he was smart and kind to people, but I know that's not true. Why isn't it? Because everything is bad because of your dad. He always made everyone sad. Really, everyone. If it weren't for him, we'd be living like we used to, and nothing would be bad. How do you know that? I know because I feel that way. Oof, boy, I wish this weren't so common. Well, I guess there's no convincing you otherwise. I hope I can make up with Sticky. I don't hate having a brother at all. He grumbles a lot, but he's really nice. He makes food for me. Yesterday he brought me sugar. He put it over a candle and made a piece of candy. You'll make up, I'm sure of it. Alright, let's see what's wrong with this shop. Sticky seems like a decent kid, you know? We do what we can to keep him in one piece. Hey, Vlad.
Oh. Losses. Everywhere. We're ruined. Ruined. Ruined.
You can
The whole
skip over the
enterprise.
commas a little faster.
Brought to naught.
Ah, brah. You don't have a wife yet, of course, do you? Not yet. Neither do I. Not anymore. What are you doing here, Vlad? I dropped by to check if everything's been executed exactly as I instructed. Why did I bother? Of course it was. Like anyone would dare disobey. Like anyone would. What did you order someone to do here? They used to sell knickknacks and mementos here long ago. That's where I met her. She was buying a brooch. We married the same year. It was fall, too. I returned here much later. How long was it? 8 years. They began selling meat. My meat, of course. Brooches. Who needs brooches? So it was your shop? Everything is mine here. Yeah, undeniably. What should I do, Barak? Should I repair the shop or leave it like this, as a memento? Repair it. Let them sell meat. It's good for everyone. That's weird. That's a weird exchange. Okay. You know, Vlad, I do not have time for you. I'm very busy. I don't know if you know this. There's a lot going on in the city. Ooh, a tourniquet. We'd have to give him all 3 bottles of water? Absolutely not. Not even worth considering. What about you? You have an apple. I would love an apple. Let's go 2 hazelnuts for an apple. And then he would give up a needle. We could do needle for marbles. Is some immunity boosters. I'd actually really like those. Do we have exactly... Yes. Exactly 6 more little hands. Okay, I think we just eat that apple now. Okay, couple of inventory spaces. Wow, you two are creepy. You have an egg and some immunity boosters. Yeah, we'll take this stuff. Children are so good to trade with. These raisins and these peanuts. And then, do I want this fingernail as well? Yeah, sure. Even people who aren't children value fingernails. So 3 and 4... Okay, we can get all this. 2 chestnuts. Yeah, man. Loot and then trade with children. That is the secret. That is like the #1 thing I have learned from this game. Is that you loot buildings and then you just trade everything you looted to children because they give you much better rates on it all. How are we doing on people? Who's still not immunized? The Sabarovs, and that's it, really. We haven't visited Big Grief yet. We do still have 2 more tinctures. We're about to walk into a plagued part of town. Oh, we have immunity boosters, too. Yeah, okay, so we'll be able to hit them. We'll have to give Big Grief some antibiotics before the end of the day. But we've actually done an okay job at the doctoring stuff so far today. No, we still need to find some more water. Okay, let's see. Do you have anything interesting? Oh, you do, but water bottles are all you'll trade for. Just have a quick chat with this guy as well. Ah, I see you are also looting the garbage. Toast and peanuts, and okay, he'll give us pretty good prices here. Or rather, he values our stuff highly, is maybe a better way of expressing that thought. Okay, I think that was a good trade. Oh, I dropped my bread. Move this over, pick up the bread. Okay, I think we're probably good on food now. We're still not terribly hungry, we have a lot of food. Okay, all we have to do is make it into the Sabarov's place without getting killed, and then we can save in there. Okay, maybe the plague cloud dissipates whenever it hits anyone. So if I'm being pursued by an angry plague cloud, I just need to run behind somebody else. Oh shoot, I have 2 eggs. Well, I'll eat the other one as well. Really love to pick up objects. Okay, there go my boots. Oh, I didn't sell the boots this time. That's a shame. That's like 100 coins I just let rot away on my feet. Alright, let's see about this killer they've caught. I'm going to go out on a limb here and guess that this guy's not actually the killer either. If indeed they've caught a guy and not like an abstract concept or something. Well, let's have a look. Hey there. Who are you? Who are you? I'm innocent. Right, sorry, my mistake. Should I go now? Oh, give me a break. Shrike, the militia boss, dragged me in here. He's had it out for me for the past 3 years. Yeah, I broke into the Kane's place. So? They don't need worldly things. The heavens sustain them. Why should I be treated like a murderer? Okay, you broke into the Kane's place. Great work, very crafty. Did my father go there? That's what I'm talking about. Is it? Why? Well, Simon Kane was old Burach's pal. That night I saw them parting near the Crucible, a few minutes past midnight. Your father told him, I have 3 hours left, and you'll probably hold out for a bit longer. He must have known what fate awaited him. Well, that's a super interesting thing to hear, considering the conversation and everything. He knew who was going to murder him? And true, it doesn't sound like they were talking about murder. More like both of them decided to die? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe there was poison in their blood and they only had a little time left to live. See, like, these are both really dumb questions. It's obvious what he means. Nobody should... How do you figure that? Look, this whole mess is none of my business, but your father knew that he had 3 hours left to live. I ended up talking about it once when I'd had too much to drink, and embellished a few things, and that's when Shrike took me in. Both of them were gone on that night, both your father and Simon Kane. Right, so who killed them? Hell if I know, but it sure wasn't me. I was just passing by and overheard them talking, right? They sounded like they planned it all from the start. Get it? Yeah, I understand what you had to say. It's not a very complicated story, frankly. Okay, and then they teleported away. To jail. I still have no idea. There's only one thing I can tell for certain. Saburov knows even less. This man is not a murderer. But his evidence suggests Simon Kane and father both knew that they were doomed beforehand.
Barley the barber's leading the gang. Some barber.
It's good you've come, Barach. We require medical assistance, and this time I can't rely on that troublesome Dinkovsky. Oh yeah? Weren't you two getting along? He is too rational for the problem at hand. In our town, that's an advantage. Also in, all other towns. My wife is very ill, Barach. I'm not sure how to help her. What's wrong with her? She seems to be losing her mind. She's obsessed with things. Strange things. Yeah, go on, I'll keep this confidential. Katerina believes she cares for our town as if she were some mystical ruler. She's delirious. I think she communicates with something. Some being. What kind of being? I'm not used to speaking about these matters. My mind tells me she's imagining it, but at times I can hear it respond to her. Yet when I enter her room, I find her sitting alone on the bed, and I can't muster the courage to speak to her. I wonder if he's hearing the reflections. Okay, yeah, I'll go talk to her. Hey, by the way, you should take this. Okay, I mean, we're doing good work on the prophylaxis front. Let's go around back and see if we can't figure anything out here. Looks like I'm probably going to have to take an immunity booster myself. Was that there before on the outside of the building? I'll take an immunity booster just to be on the safe side. I'm going to give her the tincture. I'm not actually sure which one's more effective. I'm assuming that the tincture plus is like very good relative to disease stoppers, but I guess I don't know that for sure.
It's beneath a mistress to skulk about at night.
Do you know, Barach, where a mistress's power comes from? The prophetic dreams, her influence over others, keeping the town in balance. I don't. Tell me. The power of a mistress stems from the earth, and only from the earth, no matter what Nina may have said. The only true power is in the earth. It feeds us all. We grow as grass in the field and breathe in its spirit. Well, I mean, we're all bound to the earth. All these years, I couldn't find the key. I was deaf and weak. It's like musical talent. Without it, one can hear, but cannot play. One without the gift cannot take up a melody started by another. Yeah, I don't have an ear for music either. But recently, the earth started to respond. The tiny people living underground. Mice and rats, and worms too. But mice are more reliable. Rats, they're just like us. Their intelligence equals ours. Yeah, are you alright? You feeling okay? The earth has no mouth, no ears. I see why my past attempts were fruitless. But it took pity on me. It speaks through its herald, to me. He comes to me, tells me truths a mistress must know, all as it should be. Okay, what does it tell you? He says the sandpest and the earth are one and the same. That means there is no salvation. We are bound to the earth. We walk it, we breathe it in, we eat its fruits. We cannot escape it. Our bond is inseverable, and he's right. All signs confirm it. But the disease appeared only recently. The earth has been here forever. I don't know. I don't know anything. Here he comes again. He wants to speak to me, but I don't want to. I'm scared, Artemy. When I heard his voice, I began to believe in my power. But now I see this power is useless. Okay, listen. There's no one in this room but us. Nope, that's not correct. Okay, I'm gonna hit her with this real quickly before whatever is about to transpire transpires. Oh. Hey there. The top half of the rat man? What's going on? Human? I know you. You aren't just any rat. You're a theatrical rat. I'm not. But you were different before. You stood on your own legs. I even thought you might just be a kid in a mask, or a little person. That was a different creature, not me. Huh. Then what are you? A thing of shadow, a thing of the depths, a thing of earth, flesh of her warm flesh. I know the answers. You don't even know the questions. What seek you within me? Truth. Truth would be great right about now. And what do you want to hear, human? Does the plague really come from the earth? Everything comes from the earth. You came from it as well, and will return in time. Is coming from the earth so great a crime that one must burn for it? Not necessarily. Here, the earth is still alive, truly alive. You should know better than most, if you remember your pitiful childhood, of course. All living things resist death. You understand? But the sandpest is death. Time after time, I'm amazed by humans. The naivety, the conceit. You consider yourselves the crown of creation. That alone puts you above help. Any mouse understands its place better than your sorry species. Yeah, thanks. That's super helpful. Only a handful of you think differently, like this unusually sensitive woman. But even they are not prepared to confront that which they seek. The truth snaps them in half like matchsticks. All in all, you are a weak lot. Okay, how do I kill the plague? Tell me if you know so much of the earth. How does one kill the self in oneself? Answer me this little question, human. You still haven't found any answers to his riddle, other than mundane suicide. Carry on with that. We will help. Who is we? So dumb. How can one be so dumb? So dumb, worthless, and narrow-minded. I hope you don't have any other questions. Yeah, I've got some, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't care for your answers. Oh, I'm outside. Hold on a second. We need to go back in immediately and make sure that she's still in there. Or, still in there. Maybe we didn't ever actually go in at all? Sort of hard to know. We had some thoughts here. Spirit tormenting Katerina is real because living Earth is real. It bears things like this rat prophet and the sand plague itself. I mean, we know that the prophet's real, because they both hear it. Yeah, I don't know, that's Huh. I don't really know what to make of the thing that just happened, but I do know that we are out of time for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when I suspect we will uncover more questions than answers, because that's just kind of how this has been going. And we'll see you then.